Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of doing a vlog intro in my car. This is So Many Parks So Little Time, or as I like to call it, Sad Multi-Purpose Elephant. So today we are at Alabama Adventure / Splash Adventure, just outside Birmingham, Alabama. This is actually my first time in Alabama. I am now 3 states away from United States completion. So this is another smaller park. In a sense, it is also kind of Alabama's premier theme park, but it's more about the water park than it is actual theme park. The water park is the main draw here. People know it more as Splash Adventure. At the same time, though, they do have a dry park, and it consists of Rampage, a CCI wood coaster that, from what I heard, is actually one of the more aggressive CCI layouts. Also, new for 2022 is Cheddar Chase, which is the best name for a wild mouse outside of Apple Zapple. While I am planning on being in the dry park for most of the time, so far it seems like the entire park is a wet park right now. There's a lot of rain and thunderstorms. Weather forecast says there's supposed to be a gap in the rain, and actually I can see the sky starting to clear a little bit. But yeah, it's 13 minutes to park opening, and there are 4 cars in the parking lot, including mine. We shall see what happens today, but as long as I can get a ride on Rampage, I am a-okay. So yeah, it should be a relatively quick visit today, but if the weather decides to cooperate, then it should be a fun one regardless. So yeah, let's go check out Alabama Adventure / Splash Adventure. So if you thought the crowds earlier were tiny, almost everyone is going into the water park, and I think I'm probably one of the first, if not the first person to head into the dry park. Nothing's still open because there's lightning in the area, but I'm gonna head for Rampage because as soon as it opens, I want to get on it. I missed the wacky worm at Lake Winnie, so looks like I might actually have a shot at riding a wacky worm on this trip. Dude, Rampage looks massive. I know it's just because it's on a hill, but wow. Oh, look at all that new wood. Rampage is 25 years old. This ride opened when I was 5. Boy, do I feel old now. dude, Rampage was awesome. Surprisingly, the ride was not as intense as I expected. You got some little pops of floater air time. Then again, I've only tried in the front car so far. I'm gonna be back for the back row. But what this ride excels in are the laterals. Oh my goodness. After like the third turn, CCI just completely gives up on banking their turns. The laterals absolutely shine. On most of those turns, you're just thrown completely to the side. If no one's in the seat next to you, you just are folded over the car. It is fantastic. And then the ride rips through its course. It feels fast. Overall, this is just one speedy, awesome wood roller coaster, and it's riding really good too. So, Cheddar Chase is probably one of the heaviest braked wild mouse rides that I've ridden, but it's actually kind of for a good reason. On some of those unbanked turns, those turns are downright violent. This ride is pretty cool because it came from Lake Winnie, which we went to last week, and up here there actually used to be a Vekoma boomerang. And it is a bit of a hike to get to this ride, but the view is absolutely worth it. And then the ride itself, it's pretty wild. It's not the most comfortable wild mouse though. Just like Rampage, on some of those turns, particularly the unbraked turns, you are just doubled over because of how intense those laterals are. This park seems to have such a fixation for laterals. But overall, I'm glad that this coaster found a new home. It's certainly a very nice fit for Alabama Adventure. I feel like Rampage alone was already struggling to carry this park, and now it's got two pretty good roller coasters headlining it. Alright, Wacky Worm accomplished, and in true Alabama Adventure fashion, yes, the Wacky Worm had laterals, especially on a far turn over there. Hi everyone, and welcome to one quick lap of Alabama Adventure. This is going to be a bit of an interesting one. I didn't really have much of a plan. This park is sort of shaped in a Y. I'll show you exactly where the Y splits off, but I'm just gonna sort of wing it. So yeah, this is the opening entry plaza. We got our gift shops right here, and then just a very quaint little midway here. It looks pretty nice. This park has had a very interesting history. It's been passed from owner to owner. Goodness, that music is loud. It's been passed from owner to owner. And recently it's been owned by some members of the Koch family who, as you know, own and operate Holiday World. But no relation between that park and this park. So yeah, this park was actually sitting dormant for a couple of years, I think. Nearly went under, but then came in and saved the day. So here's the split off. On the left side of the park is the dry side, and on the right side is the, what's it called? The water park side. I don't know why I struggled with that. So I'm gonna walk through the water park side first. This is the most popular section in the park. This is where everybody tends to go. So we got a really cool looking maze there. And then, actually this is a very nice walkway and for a water park. Usually with a water park, like there's no trees. It's just like a sea of concrete. So having just these covered paths, that's pretty nice. I go over this way. Got a little kids area over there. I think I'm gonna be doubling back that way. At the same time, this is not really just a straight walk-through path. Our lockers this way. Lazy River. And then back here is where all the big slides are. No water coaster. In fact, I think a bunch of the slides are actually closed. Okay, that music could be a little bit quieter. Over here we can get a pretty nice idea of what the rides are. Slide tower there, wave pool here, and then slide tower here. It's gonna take a little overview. It's a very nice water park. I think they could use a water coaster though. So now we're doubling back and we're gonna head to the right side, which is actually smaller than the water park side, at least offerings wise. Like I said in the intro, it's not really a big park. More of that lazy river. I think I actually saw a drink station. I've been mostly riding, so I haven't really checked any of it, but I think they actually have free drinks here. I'll put a little annotation if I'm wrong. Little kids area. Those slides are actually really, really cute. It's nice that they have basically a tiny water park just for kids. We got the typical drop bucket, though that one looks like it's just perpetually overflowing. Okay, now we're going to the other side of the Y to Alabama Adventure, the ride park. Over here is their dive show. Based on how disgusting the water looks, but I'm guessing they're not doing any shows today, but pretty cool that they have it. They have it at Holiday World too. There goes Rampage off in the distance, doing it's rampaging. They got a brand new slide complex here. It's one of those mat racer slides, so you can see it back there. Very nice and shiny, but also pretty close to the ride park. Speaking of the ride park, I think we're about to walk in that way. I think there is a way over this way, and if not, there's going to be a sudden jump cut. Oh, hey look, Zoomerang. So yeah, there was a path to the ride section there, but it was closed off, so we're heading back into the center of the Y so that we can go into the ride park. So up here, it's like I actually got to go around. yeah, this was a hastily put together one quick lap. So yeah, to get to the ride park, you just exit under the sign and then head under this banner for Alabama Adventure. I do like how they keep their relics out here for guests to sort of reminisce at. Sort of relics of the old ownership and the rides that came and went. So yeah, it's a very nice wooded park. It gets a little bit hilly here, but then it gets way hilly over by the big coasters. So towards the front are sort of kids rides, like kids only rides. We got like a little frog hopper there, tiny drop tower there, not quite a kids ride, but you know, it's a drop tower. It has a bit of intensity. And there's this like cat train thing here. I can't tell if that cat's drunk or pregnant, but anyway, kitty bumper boats, really cute. And then, yeah, the big one, Rampage, off in the distance. But meanwhile, we got a classic scrambler, a chance yo-yo, mini teacups, and there's actually a bigger teacups up there as well. So if you continue down this path, you'll get to Rampage. But since all of the other rides are this way, I'm gonna swing by this way as well instead. Well, for some reason, I thought there were a bigger set of teacups. I guess that's the only set of teacups. So, wacky worm over this way. I was able to get that roller coaster, and yes, it has laterals, just like everything else at all of the other coasters at this park. Weather Rock, a staple for theme parks. And then finally, over here is Galleon, or almost finally. I'll explain in a little bit. Park's a swinging ship. That even says made by Zamperla on it. And then last but not least is Cheddar Chase, the park's wild mouse, new for 2022 this year. Fun little wild mouse in a really cool location. The problem is you have to wind up this large hill to get to it. So this is actually where I'm gonna cut off the one quick lap. So yeah, that was Alabama Adventure. Fun little park, fun little visit. have just been marathoning, oh boy. So, I have just been marathoning Rampage over and over again, and it is a fantastic wood coaster. CCI is still among my favorite wood coaster manufacturers, or I guess former wood coaster manufacturers. And so I got to try several seats towards the front, towards the back, and I think I actually prefer the front on Rampage. While yes, in the back you do get some more airtime, the star of this ride really are the laterals. And the front is absolutely where the best ones are because they charge right into those turns, and so you get just these abrupt shifts to the left or the right. They're not going to be comfortable for everyone, but I happen to love them. I actually kind of prefer the middle to the back because in the middle you get a very good amount of laterals and a good amount of airtime. In the back you do get laterals, but they're just not as pronounced as towards the front of the train. But overall, you cannot go wrong. This is a very wild ride. It was absolutely worth the journey out to Alabama Adventure to experience. So that was Alabama Adventure in Bessemer, Alabama. And this park was actually quite a bit more fun than I thought it would be. Granted, when I first came, I thought that it was going to be just Rampage and that's pretty much it, and that's actually kind of what I got. Yeah, my one main complaint, if I could give any critical feedback, is that this park is really missing a standout flat ride. Something like a drop tower or even anything that inverts would really, really do wonders for this park. At the same time though, Rampage is absolutely worth it. Basically, at the end of the day, I was just sitting on the ride, just lapping it over and over and over again. It is absolutely worth it. It's a phenomenal CCI and such a really good coaster, especially for this part of the South that seems to be lacking in the theme park department in the first place. Pretty much every single employee that I ran into was really, really friendly. Very great staff here, and they honestly helped make the day what it is as well. There were no lines for everything. I walked right onto everything. I definitely need to try out the water park at some point, but you know what? Rampage is enough for me for now. So anyway, that's going to do it for Alabama Adventure. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. We'll see which park we're at. Take care.